If you're tuning into this explainer, you're probably wondering why certain Sanskrit verbs just randomly change their shape. Or maybe you're trying to figure out how to give a proper command, make a warm invitation, or even offer a traditional blessing like a true scholar. Well, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this and kickstart our Sanskrit grammar journey. We are breaking today's lesson down into 3 super simple steps. First, the shape-shifting verb gum. Second, mastering the imperative mood. And third, solving the grammar challenge together.
Step 1. The shape-shifting verb game, from parasmaitapada to atmanepada.
Think of the root verb gum as our grammatical hero for today. Samanyataya gum dhatuha parasmapadi asti. Basically, in its natural, default state, gum behaves as a standard parasmapada verb. That means it gives us all those familiar, everyday forms you're already totally used to seeing in your textbooks. It's reliable, it's predictable. But just wait until you see what it can do.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how a verb's entire identity can flip with just one tiny addition, right? So we start with our standard root gum, add our standard T ending, and boom, we get gachati, he or she goes, pure parasmaipada. But watch what happens when we attach the prefix some to our verb. It doesn't just become sangachati, no way. Some plus gachati transforms completely into sangachate. Did you catch that shift? Sangachate. That one simple some prefix literally forces the verb to ditch its parasmaipada roots and upgrade to atmanepada endings. It's a total grammatical shapeshifter. Definitely keep this trick in mind, because prefixes hold incredible power in Sanskrit.
Moving on to step 2, mastering the imperative mood, the 3 superpowers of lakara. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Lakara is just another boring grammar rule to memorize. Actually, scratch that. It is so much more. It essentially unlocks 3 distinct linguistic superpowers, allowing you to really command the space around you. The very first one is ajna, the power to issue commands or orders. When you need to tell someone exactly what to do with absolute authority, this is the tool you reach for. Just picture a strict teacher at the front of a noisy classroom. They aren't going to just casually state, "You are standing." They need action, right? So they tap into this ajna superpower and announce, "Chatraha yuyam uttishtata, yuyam upavishata." Students, you all stand up, you all sit down. You can literally hear the firmness in that. Those endings, uttishtata and upavishata, are classic lakar forms, doing exactly what they're meant to do, delivering crystal clear commands. But hey, lakara isn't just for barking orders. It has a much softer, friendlier side too. Superpower number 2 is amantrana, the power to extend an invitation. This makes it the absolute perfect grammatical structure for warmly inviting friends or guests to hang out or join in on an activity. And this brilliantly illustrates how the whole mood shifts just based on context. Listen to this. Bhavantaha agachantu, sardam kridamaha. You all please come, let's play together. We're still using that same lakara structure with agachantu, but the vibe is totally different. Instead of a strict demand, that unto ending suddenly becomes this incredibly welcoming invitation. It's polite, it's engaging, and it just naturally draws people in. Which brings us to the third, and honestly my favorite, superpower of lakara, ashirvada, the power to bestow blessings. You know, wishing goodness upon others is such a profound and deeply respected part of Sanskrit culture, and this specific grammar rule gives you the exact blueprint to do it beautifully. Just listen to how gracefully these words flow when we use lakara to wish someone well. Ayushman bhava, vijayi bhava, shivaste panthana hasantu. May you have a long life. May you be victorious. May your paths be auspicious. Notice how the verb bhava, meaning may you be, turns into this wonderful wishing tool. We aren't commanding someone to be victorious. We're using the imperative mood to project our absolute best hopes for their future. That is the true magic of Ashirvada. All right, let's move to step 3 and see how this all builds, solving the grammar challenge from lakara to lakara. Let's turn this into a bit of an interactive workshop to actually solve your class exercises. We're going to convert normal present tense sentences into our newly mastered imperative mood. And your source material gives us the perfect cheat sheet right here. First, we have lakara, the present tense. Badikahi nrityanti, the girls are dancing. To flip this statement of fact into a command or wish using lakara, we literally just tweak the ending. It becomes balikahi nrityantu, let the girls dance. You can clearly see how the present tense anti smoothly transforms into the imperative unto. Now, let's take this logic and hack the 5 questions in your textbook.
So, the crucial point is that this transformation is super logical once you spot the pattern. Let's walk through these rows and crack the code. In row ka, we've got balakaha hasanti, meaning the boys are laughing. Just like our dancing girls example, we drop the unti, add unto, and boom, balakaha hasantu, let the boys laugh. Easy, right? Next up, row ka. Yuam tatra gachata, or you two go there. The present tense ending here is ta. In lot lakara, for the dual form, that swaps out for tum. So our direct command is yuam tatra gachatam, you two go there. Okay, row ga. Yuyam dhavatha, you all run. Pay close attention to this one. The present plural ending, ta, just drops the visarga, those 2 little dots at the end, and that's it. It becomes yuyam dhavatha, you all run. Such a tiny shift, but a totally different mood. Moving to row ga, the first person dual. Avam likava, we two are writing. To make this a proposal like let us two write, we use that same trick and just chop off the visarga. It cleanly becomes avam likava. And finally, row nunga, first person plural. Vayam patama, we are all reading. To say let us all read, drop the visarga again and we get vayam patama. Look at how neatly everything converts. You've literally just solved the whole grammar challenge by understanding the underlying patterns instead of just blindly memorizing them.
You've seen today how slapping a simple sam prefix onto a verb can completely flip it from parasamipada to atmanipada. You've also seen how changing just a couple of letters at the end of a word turns a basic observation into a powerful command, a super warm invitation, or a beautiful blessing. All of which leaves me with one final thought for you to ponder. If one simple prefix can entirely change the nature of a verb, what other hidden transformations are waiting in Sanskrit for you to discover? Keep digging into those grammar books, Class 8. There is so much more magic to uncover. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I will catch you next time.